So you got divorced and you're enduring all the costs that goes along with it. Hopefully yours was more civilized than the Tiger Woods incident.
Earlier today, I had an unfortunate incident with my golf clubs.
You're paying all those exorbitant attorney fees. Ouch. And if you have teen drivers, the insurance company is now knocking on your door for their share. In this video, I'm going to explain how to structure your car insurance policy when you have split custody of teen drivers. Have you ever seen someone so relaxed to be in a car with a teen driver? Just having a great time, no stress.
She's a student driver, man! Get your shit together!
That's more realistic. If you discuss what you learned in this video with your ex-spouse and he or she doesn't believe you, share this video with them and say I told you so. I'm kidding, no more arguments. That's maybe what got you here in the first place. Okay, enough of the shenanigans. Let's get down to business.
Shenanigans.
If you have a split household with kids who drive, you could be getting killed on car insurance rates. I'm going to show you how to structure your car insurance policy to save the most money while also making sure that you have adequate coverage. Of course, you want to save money, but not at the risk of having an uncovered claim. The first thing you need to determine is which household the kids are going to be on. We'll let you fight over that one, but typically you're going to have to place them where the kids spend a majority of their time or with the parent who has majority custody. If they split time equally 50-50 between households, you may have more options, or you may actually have less options. We'll get into more of that here in just a second. Okay, so first scenario, your kids live in one home a majority of the time. If your kids live in one home a majority of the time, you're gonna need to declare them on your insurance policy as household members and drivers. For the other parent, you may not have to include them on your policy and they could still drive your vehicles occasionally as a permissive driver. Of course, this saves a ton of money because insuring youthful drivers is very expensive. However, you're going to have to check with your insurance company because that's going to vary by insurance company and it's going to vary by state. Okay, so the second scenario is the kids spend time equally 50-50 between the two households. Depending on your insurance companies, you may be able to choose which household insures the kids. This is a relief because the cost to insure them on both policies is going to be significant. If you have this option, you're going to want to get quotes from both insurance companies to see what the best fit is. There's a lot of variables that determine your premium, but a couple of the largest factors are going to be credit score and driving history. If you want some tips and tactics on how to get the best deal, I've already done a video on that and I've put a link down in the description. I'll also include a link to compare rates with dozens of insurance companies. If both of your insurance companies do require you to add the teen drivers, then make sure your teen gets a job and gets real good at cooking ramen noodles. In our current environment, fast food places are paying like $15 an hour, so I guess they don't really have much to bitch about. If that triggers you, maybe consider unsubscribing.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Hey, you
Thank you, Mr. Chow. Another way you can save is by signing a driver exclusion. Okay, so if you have split custody of the kids 50-50, you can sign what's called a driver exclusion form. This means you have properly reported that your kids are household members at least a portion of the time, but that you are excluding them from coverage on your policy. Okay, so let's take an example here. Let's say that you chose mom's policy to insure the kids. So the kids can drive any of mom's vehicles and their own vehicles, and they're gonna be covered. On dad's policy, however, when they go to dad's house, of course they can drive their vehicles over there, they're insured on their vehicles, but they cannot drive any vehicles in dad's household. This doesn't come without risk, however. Many times over the years we've heard people say, hey, that's fine, I'll sign the exclusion, the kid will never drive any of these vehicles. However, what we see in practice is a lot of times the need will come up once or twice a year. It's not worth the risk. There will be no coverage. Another thing you could consider doing is getting your child their own policy. In some cases, this could be the best option. I will say, however, that it seldomly works out. So we've heard a lot of times over the years that a parent will buy a vehicle, a junker, just put liability on it and put the kid on that policy and save a bunch of money. I'm not saying that that never does happen, but a great majority of the time when we quote it that way, you're actually going to see the total cost of insurance higher, not lower. Okay, the last thing you need to make sure is that you do is title the vehicles correctly. All right, so whichever household you've chosen the kids to be insured on, you need to make sure that someone in that household has those vehicles titled to them. Okay, so going back to our example, we've chosen mom's policy to have the kids on, not dad's policy, okay? So if their vehicles are on mom's policy, you need to make sure that their vehicles are titled in their name or mom's name, not dad's name. In all reality, if you have a claim and your vehicle's titled in the wrong parent's name, chances are they're going to pay the claim anyway. However, I can tell you after doing this for a long time, I would not run the risk and I would not give the insurance company a reason to deny your claim. I'm Jason Wamsgans. I hope this video has helped some of you guys out there with split households. It does get very complicated. If in doubt, ask your agent. If you found value in this video, maybe watch this one next.